for Dorian DeBose.
Where the bad bitches at? Bad bitches make some motherfucking noise! I love to hear the bad bitches out in full force. It's great to see you all. I will say bad bitches get a lot of love. I want to highlight some other people for a second. Where the glad bitches at? Where are my bitches who are just having a good time? I love to hear that as well. For the rest of you, where my sad bitches at? Where are my bitches who are just going through it? Sad bitches, let me hear you say we gonna get through this together. Some of you believe it. But where my Mossad bitches at? Where my bitches involved in Cold War era espionage? If you have ever planned an assassination of Palestinian political leader Yasser Arafat, let me hear you say hell yeah. I love getting white people to admit to war crimes. Easier than you think. I do gotta be honest with you. My part of the show does not get much blacker than this. This is how I sound. And it's weird because I look like Rick Ross, but I sound like Bob Ross. I have the kind of voice that when I say the N-word, other black people just get ready to fight. What the fuck you say? Oh, you fine, baby. I'm glad we do have black people in here tonight. That's good. Like, if this goes south, y'all got me, right? Like, if this goes south, it's like the three of us is... I like us. Do we have white allies here at least? Alright, we got some white allies here. I'm glad to hear that. White allies, if the race war breaks out, would you let your black friends kill you? If you don't, you're racist. Personally, I think the most woke thing a white person can do is let a black person kill them for no reason. There's not enough black serial killers. Name one black serial killer. It's my fucking thought. The most prolific American serial killer, his name was Samuel Little. He killed 93 people. You know why you never heard of Samuel Little? Because he's black. He killed 93 people. That's 3 times more people than Jeffrey Dahmer. You telling me niggas gotta be 3 times as good as killing for half the recognition? You killed 93 people and can't even get a podcast where 2 white girls talk about him and kind of want to fuck him just a little bit? Listen, I know we should not celebrate murderers, I understand. But I also think we need to appreciate black excellence wherever it is. I went on a hiking trip recently, which is my way of assuring you I do have white friends. I have not killed them yet. As we're preparing for this hiking trip, though, I realized I don't like the way my white friends talk about grizzly bears. And they told me, Dorian, you gotta be careful around those bears, because they're large, they're aggressive, and they steal. I was like, oh, that sounds familiar. Like, why'd you just tell me that bear fits the description? And the problem is, they specified grizzly bears. It said specifically, grizzly bears do these things. Did you know that polar bears are larger and more aggressive than grizzly bears? And yet it's the polar bear that managed to secure the Coca-Cola sponsorship. The polar bear gets a press conference. The grizzly bear is told to pull his pants up. I can't help but notice that the white bear is getting second chances. The polar bear drinks off the fresh Arctic water, and what is there for the grizzly bear? Purple drink? There's only 3 things we call grizzly: murder scenes, men who don't shower, and bears who are just trying their best. The grizzly is the only bear whose name we say with judgment. We call brown bears. Why? Because they're brown. Guys, these aren't your questions. Come on. We call black bears. Why? Because they're great at basketball. You're exactly right. We call grizzly bears. Why? Because they maul people? They all maul people! They're fucking bears! If there was a greatest hits compilation of bears, it would be 95% maulings and 5% black bears with sick jump shots. I'll be honest with you, I think every time we say grizzly bears hear the N-word. I think bears are minding their business in their neighborhood, getting up their jump shots, minding, just doing their thing. And we show up, call them out of their name, and then when they get mad, we whip out the bear spray. So let's run through this interaction again. We are treating these bears like unarmed protesters. And then we get surprised when they exercise their right to bear arms. Saying that pun gives me a little bit of pause. But I decided to keep the grin and bear it. I'll try to keep the laughter roaring. And you thought we were out of the woods. Fuck it, the bear's a Cub Scout. I'm not all about racism, just mostly. I'll talk about some shit white people understand. Y'all like board games? You probably like Settlers of Catan, don't you? I am pretty timid on board games. I grew up with a family that was too competitive for me to enjoy board games. Like, you ever have those people who you play games with and they let shit get too real, too fast? I remember we're playing Monopoly one time. It's me, my mom, my stepdad, and my sister. My stepdad wins. And she let him have joy for 5 seconds before my mom destroyed him. He's like, you talking about fake money when you can't afford to feed my kids? Talk about a little metal car because you don't have a real one? Look at me. You may have won the game of Monopoly, but you lose in the game of life. Sorry ass nigga. I don't like playing games with people who get too competitive in general. Like, I don't like the game Never Have I Ever, because it gets too real. All the time. Like, y'all know Never Have I Ever? Alright. I'm not gonna explain it to you, because I think the ones of you who are cool will get it. So, what happens when you play Never Have I Ever is somebody will say something that is too specific, and the rest of you gotta act like everything is normal. Like, alright guys, never have I ever fucked a frat guy in front of all his brothers in a basement on a dirty mattress. Chelsea, put your finger down. And now Chelsea's responding like, oh yeah? Well, never have I ever hit a pedestrian out of smokes and driven away like nobody noticed. And the rest was just trying to mind our business like, never have I ever seen the ocean. I ran a dog, oh no. This gets so bad, they start confessing shit to each other. It's like, oh yeah? Well, never have I ever fucked your dad. I'm also a bisexual person. Oh shit, cut it out. We know why we're here. I'm a very proud bisexual person. I'll never self-deprecate about it. Occasionally I hear people say shit like, oh, I'm bisexual, it means I can disappoint anybody, ha ha ha. No! I will take you all down. You all are at risk of receiving dick. I am like the Oprah Winfrey of dick. Look under your chair, you get a dick, everybody gets my dick. I am the Santa Claus of dick. So I call him a lump of coal. Naughty and nice don't matter, you're getting dick. I'm coming down chimneys. I'm a bisexual person, but I do not like to suck dick. It's not a thing I enjoy doing. What I do like to do, and you all can steal this, it's like to put my face underneath a pair of balls like I am gonna suck them, and then right at the last minute, I swat them away. Tell them no easy buckets. Anybody else? Anybody else a fan of cock and basketball torture? I go hard in the taint. I'm a lockdown defender, that's why they call me the chastity belt. I came out a little over a year ago. The clues have been there for quite some time. Like in high school, me and my friends would play this game called Gay Chicken. Y'all know about Gay Chicken? Alright, you're cool. For those of you who pray, the rules of Gay Chicken are that two people who are straight start doing something that is 1000% gay. And the one who stops first loses? And therefore is gay? Me and my friends would play Gay Chicken and no one would lose. We just be in some guy's basement watching two dudes make out like, oh my god. Those guys are so straight. I have never seen a straighter man. We played Gay Chicken in school one time. It's me, my buddy Jeremy. And Jeremy says to me, you won't hold my hand, no homo. And I ain't no bitch. So I hold his hand, and now we're holding hands, we're talking shit. The problem is, when you talk shit and gay chicken, it just sounds a lot like foreplay. Like, oh, you like it when I rub that palm, baby boy. You know where you wish that hand was. And my teacher hears all of this. But he isn't sure if it'd be homophobic to tell us to stop, so he can't. We get all the way through class holding hands. And now we are walking through the halls of the school, still holding hands, still talking shit. Well, the rest of the school just thinks we were a very aggressive gay couple. Now at this point, the bell rings. And it dawns on us. We don't have our next class together. Somebody's gonna have to lose this game of gay chicken. So Jeremy turns to me, and he's like, you gotta let go. I don't wanna lose. And I turn back to him, and I say, but I don't wanna let go. Because I don't wanna lose you. Y'all laugh, that nigga let go. A motherfucking gay chicken champion. I'm still undefeated. Since I've come out, I've had some pretty weird sexual experiences. Like, I'll occasionally find myself having sex with somebody way kinkier than me. Like, I was having anonymous gay sex fairly recently, as is my want. And while, like, we're having sex, the guy who I was having sex with starts growling. Like a deep guttural growl. And I'll be honest with you, I don't like that. I'm not a fan of growling. I think that's white people shit. That's why y'all kiss dogs on the mouth. But I went with it. Because these things happen during anonymous gay sex. It's like they always say, anonymous gay sex is like a box of chocolates. It's never as good as you expect it to be. You probably should have gotten some chocolates that you knew. Maybe there were some chocolates that cared about you. But eventually the growling stops. It stops making any noise, in fact. I start getting worried, and I turn him over, and I realize, oh no, he's done the kinkiest thing possible. He has died. Now, there's a complex mix of emotions you have when you realize somebody has died while you were having sex with them. Because obviously you are horrified. But also, part of you was like, God damn, I'm killing niggas? Did that good? I'm a homicidal maniac. Gotta register my dick as a weapon of ass destruction. In the aftermath, I talked to the police, everything was fine. I will say I was surprised by how many people asked me if I came. No! No, I didn't. And if I did, I wouldn't admit it. But I was also shocked by how many people asked me if he came. And the truth is, I don't know. That wasn't one of the things I thought to check. So now when people ask me, I give them the honest answer. I hope so. But that seems like a good way to go. Like 1 second you were experiencing the pinnacle of human physical existence, utter and complete bliss. And then you wake up in hell because you're in sodomite. That's how I want to go. All right, y'all, I've been Dorian. You take care.